Okay, so example one is to solve this linear equation, okay? And it is linear because the highest power of x here is just 1. So there's no quadratics, there's no cubics, it is linear. Now, whenever you get an equation like this, and you can see you've got x's on both sides over here and over here, the aim of the game is to get the x's onto one side of the equals and the numbers on the other side, okay? Now, first of all here, you've got brackets. When you've got brackets as well, expand them, distribute everything out. That's the first thing you want to do here. So go and multiply out the 3 to the 3x here and to the minus 17. So 3 times 3x will give you 9x, and 3 times by minus 17 gives you negative 51, and that's equal to, and notice here how I'm keeping everything really aligned, right? I've got the equal sign here, I line it up with the equals over here. I'm just keeping it very organized. And then distribute the 2 to the x and the 2 to the minus 1. Sorry, when I say distribute, it just means you're multiplying out the 2 with the terms in the bracket. So 2 times x gives you 2x, and 2 times by negative 1 gives you minus 2. Now you can see you've got x's on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That's not useful. Let's get the x's onto one side. And in this case, it makes sense to get the 2x onto this side because it will keep everything positive. And the opposite of a positive 2x is to take away 2x. Okay, so we're going to go and take away 2x. So, and actually really right, the way that I normally write this is I would say we're going to go and take away 2x on this side and take away 2x on this side, okay? And then you can see really clearly, look, when you get good at this, you don't need to write out the working, but just to show you, 2x take away 2x, well, that goes to 0. They cancel out, becomes 0. And then over here, 9x take away 2x will give you 7x. Okay, so we get 7x. You've still got the minus 51, that's still there. You bring down the equal sign over here. Of course, these two now, they've become 0. That was the whole aim of the game here, to cancel them out there. And you've got the minus 2, which is still left over on the right-hand side. Now, when I talk about an equation, I talk about the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That just means this is the left-hand side of the equal sign, and this is the right-hand side. Okay, it just makes things easier to refer to. And I'm really showing all of the steps here. When you get good at this, you can just, you wouldn't bother really writing this bit out, but it just makes it clear to what is going on. Now, this is a two-step equation that we can solve, right? I want to go and find x now. This minus 51, I want to get it onto the right-hand side. Now, what's the opposite of minus 51? Because you're thinking about inverses here. Well, it is to plus 51. And like I said on the introduction, whatever you do to one side, you must do to both sides, which we saw with the minus 2x up here. So because I've added 51 over here, I must do the same thing over here. And the whole purpose of adding on 51 is because, well, what is 51? Take away 51 is 0. They cancel out, which is why it disappears on that left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, you're left over with the 7x, you just bring it down. And that's going to be equal to, you've got minus 2 plus 51, or 51 take away 2, which is 49. Now this is really straightforward. You're saying 7 times by what number gives you 49? Or in other words, what's 49 divided by 7? 7. So your answer is going to be x is equal to 7. And this is your solution to the equation. And because it is linear, there's only going to be one solution. X equals to 7. Okay. Now, the good thing about this topic, you can always check your solution, right, by substituting in your value of x back into the equation up here. Okay, we'll do it just kind of quickly in our heads. Actually, we'll write it down because it will make it clearer. We're going to check our working. Okay. So if x equals to 7, it should be true that the left-hand side does equal the right-hand side. And let's just see if that's the case. So we're going to have 3 times by 3 lots of 7, take away 17, should be equal to 2 lots of 7, take away 1. Well, in the brackets, 3 times by 7 is 21, take away 17 gives you 4, 3 times by 4 gives you 12. And then in the bracket, 7 take away 1 is 6, times by 2 gives you 12, correct. It makes sense, right? The equation has been satisfied when x equals to 7. So I really went through in quite a lot of detail there what I was thinking as I went through this. Look, what I would do, and as you guys get more fluid with this, you can really just do it in quicker steps. I would expand the brackets. I would show this working, really important. From here, I would go straight to, well, I can take away the 2x, I can add the 51 on. I would go straight from this line to probably this line down here. Okay, but obviously practice it first and get competent. Yeah, I'm just really showing the working as I went through here, because understanding is important. Okay, that is it for this video. We'll look at example 2 in the next one.